What's going on, gang? Welcome back to my channel. Please like, share, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. So we're about to revisit the testimony from the friend with benefits of Charlotte Pendergrass in the London Thomas preliminary hearing. So let me get this queued up for you guys. We're gonna get it started.
All right, sir, could you please state your name?
Jermaine Lynch.
All right. Now, I want to ask you some questions about a person named Charla Pendergrass. Do you know her?
Yes,
How long have you known her for?
over 20 years.
And do you see her in court today?
Yes,
Can you point to her and describe what she's wearing?
a green jumpsuit.
All right. Now, there are people here wearing green suits. Is she the person closest to me or farthest away from me?
She's closest to me.
For the record, the witness is identified. Ms. Pendergrass? You said you've known her for 20 years?
Yes,
Just describe what your relationship with, were you just acquaintances? Were you friends? What was your relationship with her?
acquaintances, friends, relationship, kind of.
Okay. The two of you, at any point in the time that you've known her, had you ever seen her romantically?
Yes,
All right. Now, if we go to April of last year, were the two of you like together in a romantic relationship?
friendship,
Just a friendship?
yes,
Okay. So on April 5th of last year, did you get any phone communications from Charla?
yes,
All right. And how did you get those communications? Is it on your phone?
yes.
All right. And did Charla ask you to do something?
She asked me to come over to her grandparents' house.
And is that house located in Inkster?
Yes,
All right. So when she called you and she asked you to come to Inkster, did you go?
yes.
And can you just describe what you saw when you got there?
Police cars out there and a group of people standing on the other side of the street.
Okay. Now, did you get out of your car?
No,
So you just stayed in the car?
yes.
Did Charla ever come over to you, or did you ever talk with Charla when you came over there on the 5th?
Later while I was over there, she was inside with the police and her grandparents.
Okay. So later on, after you first arrived, that the two of you talked?
Yes, later on, yes.
Okay. Did she ever tell you, like, what was going on, why the police were there? Did you ever say anything about that?
She said that Jaden's girlfriend was over there and they got into it and she left. And they were thinking that she was still at the house.
All right. So you said Jalen's girlfriend was over there and they got into it. When you were talking with her, was she talking about Jalen and the girlfriend got into it, or she and the girlfriend got into it?
Jaden and the girlfriend had got into it. She told
That even sound like a bogus story because you see that many police scattered searching somebody's house. You're not gonna think somebody was just there and they couldn't find her. It's gonna indicate that something happened.
the young lady to leave, and she offered the young lady an Uber a ride home. She said no, she wanted Jalen to take her home, and the young lady left.
All right. So again, got to break these pronouns down a little bit. So when you say she, was that Charlotte told you that she talked to the Jalen's girlfriend,
The young lady just
okay, and offered her a ride?
told her she'd get her an Uber ride home, but Jalen couldn't take her home.
Okay. And Ms. Pendergrass told you that the girl said no, she didn't want an Uber ride?
She wanted Jalen to take her home.
Okay. So did Charlotte Pendergrass ever tell you if the girl left or how the girl left?
She just said she left walking.
Okay, she left walking?
Yes,
Okay. So did you ever talk to the police when you went there that night?
no,
Okay. Did Ms. Pendergrass ever ask you to hold anything when you went to Inkster on April 5th?
no,
Okay. So now going on the next day, I'm talking now April 6th. At night, that night, were you at your house?
yes.
Okay. Without telling me what the address is, What city was your house in at the time?
Nova.
Nova. Do you recall the night of April 6th going into the morning of April 7th? Do you know whether Charla had tried to communicate with you with calls or texts or anything like that?
She had called me and texted me.
Did you answer the phone when she was trying to get in touch with you?
I answered the phone one time when she called.
Okay, and what did she say when you answered the phone?
She asked me what was I doing. I told her I was getting ready to go play cards in my brother's house.
Okay, and was that all that you told her?
Yes.
Okay, do you know what if she tried to contact you after that point?
Probably through text messages or whatever, but I didn't receive them
Okay,
until the next morning.
when you say you didn't receive them, does that mean like you didn't
I
look
didn't
at
have my phone present at the time.
Okay, so let me just ask you, because only one person can talk at a time, were you not looking at your phone into the night of April 6th?
No, it wasn't.
Okay, so now we're talking now in the morning of April 7th. Did you get in touch with Ms. Pendergrass again?
Welcome in, April.
Yes.
Describe how that happened.
I was leaving out for work and I gave her a phone call.
Okay, and what did Ms. Pendergrass say or ask you to do?
She asked me was I still at home. I told her no, I was on my way to work.
Okay, did she ask you to do anything after that?
She said she wanted me to call her before I left for work, and I didn't. And then I went to work.
All right, when you got to work, did you have more communications with Ms. Pendergrass?
Yes.
And what did she say in those conversations?
She was just talking like she wanted to leave something in my garage, or whether she wanted to pull into my garage and take something out of the car and leave it in my garage.
Now, this talk about the garage, was this over the phone or in person that you mentioned this?
Over the phone when we were talking.
Okay. In this conversation where you're talking over the phone, did she ever say anything about that she had gone to your house the night before?
Yes, she said she was outside of my home, my residence.
Okay. Now, she told you that she had gone to your house and was outside your house?
She mentioned she was outside of my house and she wanted me to call her before I left for work.
Did she ever ring the doorbell or knock on the door while you were in the house?
No.
And did you have any idea that, had there been any plan that she was gonna have come over to your house on the 6th?
No.
So after this phone conversation, you decide to leave work.
I decided to meet her while I was at work, to meet up with her, yes.
Okay. So did you meet up with her like at your work, or did you leave your work to go meet
I
up?
left my job and I met up with her.
All right. Where did you decide to meet up with her at?
We met at a Myers parking lot on Jefferson.
So he left his job in the middle of the shift to go meet with her to do a favor for her. That's how you know he was sprung.
Did she ask you to meet with her, or how did it come about that you agreed to meet with her?
She wanted to talk.
Okay.
So I agreed to meet. I said, well, we can meet at the Jefferson, on the Myers on Jefferson. Because the warehouse where I'm working at, it probably would have been a little difficult for her to find it. So I told her we'll meet there.
Now, in these conversations that you've been having with her now on April 7th, how did she seem to you, like, emotionally? Did she seem normal?
What up, though,
unusual?
Amma?
How did she seem?
Welcome in.
No,
Okay. And did you meet with her in a Myers parking lot?
yes,
All right. And did the two of you talk to each other outside, in somebody's car? How did you talk to each other?
She got into my vehicle.
And what did you talk about when she got into your car?
She was talking about the people posting stuff online, that they was protesting outside the grandparents' house, and they were saying things on social media.
Okay. Did she ever talk about having you hold something for her?
She was saying she had something that she wanted to leave at my home, in my garage.
Okay.
So she wanted to leave She pretty much wanted to leave a body inside of his garage, which kind of makes me think or wonder, was she trying to pin it all on him? That's probably what the plan was.
Right? Was there ever any discussion about,
I believe he was the fall guy, in other words.
you know, taking the item from her?
Yeah, so well, you can just give it to me now, and I take it, and she told me no, that she wanted to, do it in a private area, basically.
Okay. So you offered to take whatever she wanted to hold for you right there in the Myers parking lot, and she said no?
Yes,
Okay. Did you ever ask her, what is the thing that she's trying to give you?
no,
Why didn't you ask her that?
I don't know, just didn't.
Okay. So after you're in the Myers parking lot, do you decide to go somewhere else?
Yes,
Where did you go?
to a car wash.
And in what city or address, if you know, was the car wash located in?
In Detroit.
Okay. Now this car wash, can you describe, like, when you're entering the car wash, can you kind of describe?
I wonder whose idea was it to go to the car wash? Was it his or hers? Because if it was just his solely, that changes everything. Alma says he was in compliance. Yeah, pretty much. He didn't know what was in the tote. Tracy, welcome in, by the way. That was the first thing I would have asked. But anytime you see a tote wrapped up in duct tape all around it from the top to the bottom, that's a huge red flag.
Describe what the structure is of the car wash.
It's like a big garage. You drive to the side, you go around the back, and you pull in. 1 or 2 cars at a time, and they clean your car in and out.
So when you pull into the car wash itself, is this the type of car wash where, you know, you sit in the car as it's going through the wash, or do you get out of the car and wait for the car to be clean?
You get out and wait for it to be clean.
All right. And the inside of the car wash, is that like enclosed so that if you're standing outside of the car wash, you can't see what's going on inside?
Yes,
Okay. So do you go to the car wash?
yes,
And did Charla go with you?
yes.
Can you describe what kind of car she was driving that day?
One of the questions I would have asked as the prosecutor, whose idea was it to go to that car wash that night? Was it yours or Charlotte's? Because that is important to know. I feel like it is.
She got a new car, a blue Nissan Kick, I believe.
Okay. And what kind of car were you driving that day?
Black Lincoln Navigator.
Were you the only person in your car?
Yes,
Was she the only person in her car?
yes.
So describe what happens when you get to the car wash.
We're just at the car wash, and we're just talking regular, and talking about her grandparents and their health condition and everything, and just a normal conversation.
Okay. And so at some point when you're in the car wash or at the car wash, do you transfer any objects from her car into your car?
Yes,
Describe what happened.
she opened the trunk of her car, and there was a tub in there. I grabbed it and set it in the back of my vehicle.
All right. Now this tub, can you kind of describe it?
It's just a tote with like taped up or whatever, but you know, I just grabbed the tote and set it in the car.
Okay. So in terms of like the size of the tote, was this something like the size of like a piece of paper that I'm holding, or something bigger?
It was a big tote. It was like a tote, like
Right, Alma. Too nosy.
It took 2 arms to carry it and lift it, so it was a nice size tote.
Okay. And you mentioned that the tote was taped up.
Yes,
What kind of tape did you see on the tote?
just like a plastic bag and something taped around it or whatever.
And do you remember what color the tote was?
Not really.
Okay. In terms of, you picked up the tote yourself.
Yes,
Was it light or heavy? Can you describe it?
I mean it was heavy, but it wasn't too heavy where I couldn't lift it.
Okay. But did you grab it out of her trunk, or did she take it out for you?
No, I grabbed it out of her trunk.
Okay. And then you put it in your trunk?
Yes.
Besides the tote itself, were there any other like objects, boxes, bags, anything like else that was put on in your car?
Whatever was on the tote was on the tote in the car, and I grabbed it all together.
Okay.
I mean, like, really, I don't really remember what was on it, but everything that was in the tote, on the tote, was all one one movement, like from there to there, that was it.
And did you put it in the trunk of your car?
Yes,
What happened after you put the tote container into the trunk of your car?
finished my car wash, and we both left. She went, I don't know where she went, I went back to work.
All right. And what did you do with the tote after you were at work and then you went back to your house? What did you do?
It was just,
So he did all of this on his break, all of this covering up and tampering with evidence and everything, and went back to work on break from his break. Wow.
in my trunk.
Okay. Did you notice that there were any weird odors or anything like that when you were in your car?
No,
Okay. Did there come a point in time after, well, strike that. Did she ever say anything to you about what was in the tote?
no.
Did she ever say anything to you about how long she wanted you to hold it?
When we were talking, she said she wanted to leave something in my garage for a couple of days.
A couple of days?
It was just a couple of days. And I thought I didn't have any room in the garage because I have another job where I have a lot of,
Some tell me it wasn't gonna be a couple of days that Charlotte planned to have you keep it. She was gonna intended for you to take the fall, is what my opinion is.
wheels that are in there.
Wheels? Is that what
Wheels, yes.
Okay. Was there ever a plan about how she was gonna come take the tote from you?
No,
Okay. So you've got the tote in your car. Do you ever open the tote to see what's inside?
no,
Did there come a point in time where you decided to move the tote from your car?
yes.
Describe how that happened.
Alma says he must got an hour break. Yeah, he did a lot within that hour. I think he was a little bit late, if you ask me, because that was a lot of ripping and running he was doing around the city within a short time.
My original plan was to take the tote and get a storage unit, put the tote in there, because it was only supposed to be for a couple of days. So in the process of that, I had purchased a vehicle from my old company that was inside the garage. So I moved the tote from my car to that car.
All right. And was somebody there with you to kind of help you on this,
My uncle,
your uncle? When you moved the tote, did you move it or did your uncle move it?
my uncle moved it.
Okay. At the time the tote was moved, had you opened the tote or done anything with it other than put it in your car?
No,
Did you notice any odd smells or anything like that?
So did the uncle get an immunity deal too? Because I feel like he's complicit as well.
In your car?
no.
So where was the tote moved from? Your car to where?
To a Ford Edge vehicle.
All right. And was the Ford Edge moved to another location?
Yes,
Was that on Millard Street in Southfield?
yes.
Why did you move the Edge that was holding the tote to a house in Southfield?
I had to move the car from the job site because they were gonna start charging, storage or whatever for it being there. So I moved it to a friend of mine's home into her driveway.
So were you present when the Ford Edge, which was holding the tote?
Hold on. So the lady house, the house where the truck was found and London Body was inside the Jeep, that house, that's actually someone he knows. Now, before all of this even went down, I want to say a few days or maybe about a week or so after London Thomas went missing, the police questioned that lady where the body was found. And pretty much all she had to say was no comment and shut the door in their face. And that was it. So everybody knows, everybody's involved is what it's looking like.
Moved into the driveway of that house?
Yes, I drove the Edge.
Okay. And did you park the car there?
Yes,
Did you leave the car?
yes,
When you left the car, did you ever open the tote?
no,
Did you ever see anyone open the tote?
no.
After you left the tote in Southfield, did you become aware that the police were investigating this missing girl that had a connection to Charlotte?
Yes.
How did you become aware of it?
It was on television, and then my cousin had called me about it.
All right, so after you became aware that this whole thing was on the news, did you ever call Charlotte to ask her what was in the tote?
And here's the thing, where they left that vehicle at. The homeowner or the person that's living there, the occupant, which is someone he knows. She pretty much had to have known that. She pretty much had to. He pretty much had to get permission from her to leave that vehicle there. He wouldn't just drop that vehicle off without her knowing. So it kind of makes you wonder who all involved and how many people knew about this, because we have him on the stand. We have his uncle who also helped him, and then we also have the lady of the house where the Jeep was found. So more than likely, I don't think she knew what was inside. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't, but he pretty much had to get permission from her to leave that car over there, is what I'm thinking.
Charlotte and I spoke a couple of days, and then she didn't have a phone anymore. So we wasn't able to communicate with each other for several weeks.
Okay. Did you ever call the police to let them know that Charlotte had asked for you to hold that tote?
No,
Why didn't you do that?
because I didn't think that she did anything wrong, and I wasn't assuming that she committed a crime or anything.
Okay. So on or about April 24th, did you find a way to communicate with Charlotte, and did you meet with her?
Yes.
Okay, how did you get back in touch with Charlotte?
I went to her grandparents' house and sat out there and waited for her to arrive.
All right. And did you have contact with her?
Well, prior to the first day I went, I left. But yes, on that Thursday, I sat there about 2.5 hours. And then she came, and her and I drove off, and we had communication.
So what made you sit out there and wait for her for like 2 hours?
Because I hadn't heard from her. And it was supposed to be a couple of days, and then all this stuff was like.
So yeah, pretty much what it was, she used you, sir. She ghosted you. You stalked her and found her outside her grandmother's home. That's why he was saying that he haven't heard from her. She pretty much ghosted you, blocked you on the phone. You couldn't get through to text or call. All of a sudden, you sit outside her grandparents' house for hours trying to get in touch with her about what she did.
Like in the news and all this stuff. So
Yeah, he was with.
like what's going on.
Okay.
Like what's going on with this?
And did you go to a restaurant with Charlotte?
Yes.
Was it just the two of you?
Yes.
I believe that too, Tracy. I believe he started to become aware, when all the missing alerts was going around and the missing news and everything like that. That's when he got scared. And instead of calling the police and telling them what he knows, he pretty much reached out to an attorney to contact the police, is what he did.
And
Welcome in,
when you went to
Sean.
did you go inside the restaurant?
Yes.
Did you try asking her questions about what was going on and about the tote, that sort of thing?
You always told me about what was going on, what was happening or whatever. And she was explaining to me some things that transpired.
So while you're inside the restaurant, did she ever ask or tell you to write things down on paper rather than speak them out loud?
It's bothering me how they never asked the question, whose idea was it to go to the car wash? Because that question was never asked. But I think that plays a very critical part in this direct examination.
Yes.
Okay, describe how that happened.
She was she was writing stuff down, and then she turned it over to me to read and then to respond.
Did you ever try and talk to her verbally, and did she ever say anything to you about that?
We talked verbally about certain things, about the home being searched again, and then they searched her uncle's home.
But I mean, were there certain things that you tried to talk with her, verbally?
Anytime somebody invite me out to someplace and tell me we can't speak over the phone or talk in person, we can only communicate by writing on a piece of paper, that's going to be a red flag to me. Because I'm going to be like, what kind of trouble have you gotten yourself into to where you're not allowed to speak freely? Or you think you're being followed or somewhere bugged and whatnot. He ain't have no type of awareness at all.
we talked to her about where she said, no, don't say that out loud, things like, something like that?
I don't recall any of that. We didn't really talk at the restaurant that long because she wanted to go somewhere else and talk.
All right, so did you go to another place and talk with her?
Yes, we went somewhere else and we had a conversation.
All right, where did you go with her?
To an empty parking lot, somewhere in Westland, I believe.
Did the two of you ever discuss why you were going to like a parking lot rather than one of your houses or anywhere else?
No.
Not really didn't discuss that.
Okay. So what happened when you go to this parking lot?
She gets talking about things are serious and what was going on with them.
No, Tracy. What it was is that she asked him to meet her up at a location, and that they could not talk in. I think it was a restaurant, if I'm not mistaken, but they could not talk in public. So they wanted to write messages on a piece of paper back and forth instead of talking out loud or texting or saying it over the phone. She thought she was smarter than everyone in the room, is what she was trying to do.
Searching the grandparents' house a couple of times. They searched the house that she was staying in a couple of times, and they searched the uncle's home.
Did she ever ask you about the location of the tote?
She asked me what was the tote. In the restaurant, I told her it was in the trunk of the car. And then she asked me, do I still have it? I told her yes.
All right, so I gotta stop you here for a second. The first part in the restaurant, where you told her it was in the trunk of a car, did you say that out loud or did you write it down?
I wrote it down.
Okay. Now, the second part, where she's asking more details about that, did that conversation happen in the restaurant or at this second location?
Welcome in, Real
All right,
Star.
so let's talk about the second location.
Happy Friday to everybody in the chat. Please hit the like button if you're in the bushes.
What did she say about the tote there?
She just asked that I still have it. And I told her it was in my vehicle, in the edge.
Did she say that she wanted you to do something with the tote?
She told me to get rid of it, to burn
She said to burn the tote?
it. Yes.
Did you ever ask her like why she wanted you to burn a container?
I asked her, I don't want to say, but I asked her did you get what is going on? Basically, I got a little beside myself and cursed at her.
All right, so you got upset.
Yes.
Why did you get upset?
Because I couldn't believe that she would put me in a situation if they did something to bring me into it.
Okay.
I would have saved those messages they was writing on paper if I was him. If he really wanted to nail her to the cross, I would have saved those messages.
There was talk about burning the container, right?
She said to burn
Okay. Was there ever talk about burying it or using a lye, something like that?
it. Then she said to bury it and put some lye on it.
Okay.
And I told her, what the hell do you want me to do like this movie BS? Like, why would you, put me in the middle seat like this? And she said, she made a statement that you couldn't be that stupid.
All right, this comment about you being stupid, like what's the context of that?
I guess meaning that
Well, object to this is speculation, Your Honor.
It's not calling for speculation. I'm asking what were the circumstances when she accused Mr. Lynch of being stupid?
And he started out with, I thought,
That's what the context was. I would have ruled that.
thank you.
What were you talking about when she was basically like, are you stupid? What were you talking about?
when she told me to burn it and bury it and put lime on it.
What the hell?
Did you ever ask her in this conversation, is there a body in the container?
Never.
Okay. So did you ever?
You didn't ask anything. You didn't ask what was in it. Why was it duct tape surrounded around the whole tote? If anything, you didn't ask anything. You just went along with it complicitly because you were so sprung, for lack of better words.
Ever ask her what's in the container?
No.
Okay. This comment about, are you stupid? What was she responding to when she said that?
When I was telling her, like, I'm not burning anything, I'm not burying anything, I'm not going to get any light and do anything like that.
Okay. So after these comments, did you talk anything else about what she wanted you to do with the container?
No, 'cause she was talking and I walked away. And I got in my car and left.
Okay.
I was just,
Another thing criminals are not aware of, you don't get rid of evidence with fire. And this is something I just learned in one of my criminal justice classes. Fire does not eliminate evidence, whether it's a car, a body, whatever it is, whatever you're trying to set on fire, you don't destroy evidence with fire. It doesn't eliminate it at all. So that theory that's fiction.
I rated, wasn't anything else for us to talk about.
So you just decided that you just wanted to leave the conversation?
There was nothing else to talk. I was upset. And if I stayed any longer, I might have been getting myself in some trouble, so I left.
How did she react when you just decided to leave?
She called my name a couple of times and was trying to, get my attention and talk, but I was shaken up that I couldn't, communicate with her.
So after this conversation, did you contact anyone for help or advice?
I called the lawyer.
Okay. After you talked to a lawyer, what did you decide to do next?
Take him a retainer and have him call to that we have some evidence probably pertaining to the case.
All right. When you say he was going to call them, who do you mean by them?
He called a friend of his in the Eastern Police Department.
And that right there is the whole story. You didn't think to call the police when everything started getting suspicious. You thought to call a lawyer to facilitate an immunity deal because you already knew your ass was going to go down with it. That's what it was. That's the only reason a person would call a lawyer first instead of calling the police. Because I want to remove myself from this case. Welcome in, Latanya Coleman. This is a story of London Thomas, a 17-year-old from Detroit, Michigan, who went missing and was found unalive 3 weeks later. It was found out that her mother, well, not her mother, sorry, her ex-boyfriend and his mother were the ones that did it. And they had the preliminary last week on the 23rd, week and a half ago. So we're just catching up on the testimony, the individual testimony from the witnesses that testified. Right now, who's on the stand is the ex-boyfriend's mom, friend with benefits, who's on the stand, who who did participate in pretty much covering up and trying to get rid of evidence is what he was pretty much doing. But he took an immunity deal and he's now testifying for the prosecution to cover his own ass, pretty much. I hope he was able to get all that.
And left a message.
It's kind of hard because is all these titles. It's London Thomas's ex-boyfriend's mom's friend with benefits. So yeah, that's who he is, as I understand.
And
Judge Mathis said we clarify who he is for the record before we talk.
And I would also object if he doesn't have firsthand knowledge about this situation, what someone else did, that would be hearsay.
I can ask.
Yeah, I have the whole preliminary also too on my page on my playlist. It's about 5 to 6 hours long, but I've been going back and just doing individual testimonies for those that don't want to sit there for the 5 hour. So yeah, you can watch the individual testimonies as well too.
More questions.
All right, I was thinking.
When you say he was going to call a friend, are you talking about your attorney?
my attorney,
Who is your attorney?
Christopher, I can't think of his last name.
Christopher Quinn?
Quinn, yes.
Okay. Now,
How you don't know your attorney name, bro?
it was your understanding that he was going to call somebody, a police officer in Inkster?
I was sitting there with him
Okay.
when he dialed somebody in Inkster that he knew, a detective, but they didn't answer the phone.
All right. Eventually, did you or were you present when your attorney actually got into contact with a police officer?
No, not when he got in contact with him, no, I wasn't present.
Okay. Did you eventually end up going to some police agency and getting them a statement about what occurred?
No, I never went to a police station, and later on down the road, but at the time I didn't, like maybe a week or so later,
Okay.
I went to the state police office downtown on site.
That's when you made a statement?
Yes,
Before that happened,
That's not actually being disrespectful, Sean. That's a real ass question, because a lot of things that he did, I don't know. I feel like somebody younger than him wouldn't even make those type of decisions, those type of choices that he made. I'm gonna just say that. So yeah.
did you ever go to Millard Street in Southfield?
yes, so I met with him on a Friday,
When you say him, who are you talking about?
Mr. Quinn,
Okay.
Friday evening, he gave me a phone call and said that the FBI wanted to meet on Miller Street in Southfield, where the edge was at.
So did you go to that location?
I think we met around sometime in the evening between, I think 5, maybe 6 o'clock, something like that.
And when you got there, was the edge in the same place where you had left it?
Yes,
Okay. And it was after that day that you had more conversations with the police?
yes,
Okay. Now, at any point from when you first received the container to when the police went to Millard Street, did you ever find out what was in the container?
no,
Okay. Did anyone ever tell you that there was a body or some type of illegal evidence inside the container?
no, not until after they did the investigation.
Why didn't you ask Charla or demand that she tell you what's in the container?
We friends, and I didn't honestly believe that she or her son was capable of doing anything like that to anybody. So I
I
never,
object to that statement, Your Honor.
What's the objection?
Your Honor, doing what to someone? I mean, there's been no conclusive evidence of anything at this point, and that statement is, I'll withdraw. It's fine, I'll withdraw.
So you were saying that you didn't think that,
I didn't think Charlotte or Jamie was capable of anything.
okay. Now, do you remember coming to the prosecutor's office and,
Hold on before you get into that part, because that's where we're about to find out a lot. Let me grab a few comments real quick. It says she had him wrapped around her finger until he snapped out of it and realized he could be in trouble. Yeah, that's pretty much what happened. That's why he called his lawyer. He crazy as hell, slow as hell is more like it. So Tom, they put her in the tote and put her in. Yeah, that's what they did. They strangled her. Well, he strangled her, and they put her in the trunk and in the tote, and then the tote was moved into his trunk. So yeah, his fingerprints, Jalen Pendergrass, who was the ex-boyfriend, his fingerprints were on the tote. So pretty much him and his mom did it, and then got him to pretty much take the fall for it, or try to take the fall for it by getting him to move it into a vehicle that they know, of a person that they know.
testifying in what's called an investigative subpoena.
Yes,
Do you remember that I was present when that happened?
yes,
Okay. Was your attorney present?
yes,
And do you remember that in that first initial testimony, you were given what's called an immunity agreement so that your testimony at the investigative subpoena couldn't be used against you?
yes,
Okay. Your testimony, generally speaking, is that consistent with how you testified today?
yes.
Is there anything, strike that. In your phone, did you have contacts listed or saved for Charla Pendergrass?
Yes,
Did you also have a contact and phone number saved for her son, Jalen Pendergrass?
Yes, but I'm not sure if his name was on it or not, but he was in my phone.
Okay, and her son, person I referred to as Jalen Pendergrass, do you see him in court today?
Yes,
What's he wearing?
a green jumpsuit
Is he farthest away or closest to me?
further.
For the record, the witnesses identified the defendant.
Rebel Silver Flag.
What was your relationship like with Jalen Pendergrass, like over the years?
So regular relationship, like, you know, I had a relationship with his mother, so we interacted a lot. I mean, whenever I was around with them.
Were you and Jalen like separate friends where you would go out, just the two of you, and
This witness is getting on my nerves and making me mad.
socialize, things like that?
No,
Okay. Well, all this was going on after April 5th and when you obtained the container. Did you ever call Jalen to find out what was going on?
no.
Okay.
I don't have any other questions.
I have like literally 1 moment, 1 minute. Thank you, sorry.
She looking like he done told everything on me. She probably looking all disappointed. Look. He got immunity and still telling half of the truth. Yeah. Telling bits and pieces of the truth. Yeah, he did suspect something.
Thank you, Your Honor.
So we about to get into the cross-examination now. They're about to tear him apart. And I'm gonna just say that.
May I proceed?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Lynch, I'm Terry Johnson. I represent Ms. Charlotte Pendergrass. I'm gonna ask you some questions about your testimony, okay?
Yes,
Any point you don't understand my question, stop. I'll try and rephrase it, okay?
yes.
Okay, thank you. What was your relationship with Ms. Pendergrass on or about April 5th?
Friends,
Just friends?
we on and off relationship. We friends though. We're on and off.
What does on and off mean?
Sometimes we're in an
I'm sorry,
relationship,
yeah.
sometimes we're not. We're friends.
He had me laughing with that. He said, "What does on and off mean?"
Regardless of what, she's still a friend of mine.
Okay. So, right now, I'm sorry, on April,
You guys, can they take his immunity away? I don't think so. I really don't think so. I don't think so. You said he paid for it.
April 5th,
That he did.
2025, your testimony, you were not in an intimate relationship with Ms. Pendergrass, correct?
On and off, yes.
Isn't it true that you were trying to get back with Ms. Pendergrass prior to April 5th?
It's true, I was being the man, April 5th.
Okay, well, we'll talk about what that means shortly. You sent her door dashes, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Matter of fact, isn't it fair to say that just on Zelle alone, over the past couple years, you sent Ms. Pendergrass over $14,000? You'd agree with that, won't you?
probably even gave her more than that, yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
Definition of an idiot, sir. That you are. And then you had a nerve to say probably more than that. Like that made it sound any better. She didn't use you for 15 bands and try to get you to take down take the fall for a crime.
you had a relationship with her and you bought Ms. Pendergrass things, right?
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, I think I saw one text message You gave her your credit card
Yes,
to use things, right? You gave her, clothes,
yes,
shoes,
yes.
social disease?
I don't know about that.
Well, all right, y'all. How you gonna leave, how you gonna throw that last one in there though? Like you went from clothes, money, everything else, shoes, and then you went to a social disease. Which I mean, I believe he means sexual disease, but yeah.
Isn't it true that you, Ms. Pendergrass, basically kind of wanted to back away from you because you contracted a social disease?
Objection, relevance.
Goes to his motive, Your Honor.
Well, first of all, it calls for
He ain't even deny it either. He just said, "Well, it's a possibility that could be true. That might be right." You ain't even say, "No, I never contracted anything of that." You just, I don't know. I could have. Shit.
speculation
Like
about
what?
why his client would not want to see him anymore.
Well, he would have firsthand knowledge of what's going on, and I can provide the text messages if we really want to get deep into it, and I'm not talking about what specific it was, and I
A
believe,
little latitude, go ahead.
thank you.
Overruled.
She didn't want to be intimate with you because of that, correct? Just yes or no?
No, it's not true.
You were still trying to be intimate with her over the past month or so, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Now, April.
Hey, y'all see the court reporter's face in the background, y'all? She is like, ooh wee. Hold on, let me take it back real quick.
And you bought Miss Pendergrass things, right?
absolutely.
Matter of fact, I think I saw one text message. You gave her your credit card.
Yes,
Watch her
These
face in the
things, right?
back in this court reporter. Watch her facial expression, y'all.
You gave her clothes,
yes,
shoes,
yes.
social disease.
I don't know about that.
Okay. Isn't it true that you, Ms. Pendergrass, basically kind of wanted to back
She
away
making
from
me
you
laugh. She is making me laugh in his back, y'all. Her facial expression is telling it all. Like,
because you contracted a social disease?
Objection, relevance.
Goes to his motive, Your Honor.
Well, first of all, it calls for speculation about why his client would not want to see him anymore.
Well, he would have firsthand knowledge of what's going on, and I can provide the text messages if we really want to get deep into it, and I'm not talking about what specific it was, and I
A
believe,
little latitude, go ahead.
I wanted them to permit those text messages, but they didn't. But I really want to know, like, what was they talking about? Because he had them, but they didn't introduce them.
thank you.
Overruled.
She didn't want to be intimate with you because of that, correct? Just yes or no?
No, it's not true.
Okay. You were still trying to be intimate with her over the past month or so, correct?
Yes,
Okay. Now,
So you've been trying to get some for the past month or so. That is true, sir.
April 5th, you went out here to Inkster on Carlisle Street. What was the purpose of you coming out?
she called me.
Okay. And it's your testimony you didn't get out of the car?
At all.
Why? I mean, I want to make sure I understand.
The police was there. There was no need for me to get out of my vehicle. She wasn't in any danger. The people that she was referring to were across the street. They wasn't in front of her or jailer, so therefore she didn't need me to get out to defend anyone.
Okay, so you thought you were going there to defend her.
Well, I was going to help her. It was a problem, yes.
Okay, did you talk to her?
No,
Before
she
you went
just
there?
She needed me to come over there.
Okay, and your friend, you, just so I'm clear, how was your friend acting?
No,
Okay. You didn't want to get out and give your friend a hug,
no,
kiss on the cheek,
no,
some form of affection?
no.
So, and April 5th was the day London went missing, right?
Objection, calls for speculation.
How was that speculative?
Because I don't know that.
Hold on, Mr. Lynch.
I believe, let me rephrase. April 5th was the last day London was seen, correct?
I don't know that. All I know is my friend called me.
And when you got out there,
Now he's turning into a hostile witness, guys.
what did you find out?
The police was out there looking for the young lady.
Okay. So you found that out on April 5th, correct?
Yes,
Okay. You left on April 5th, correct?
yes,
Where did you go?
home.
Did you call Ms. Pendergrass back to see how she's doing? Your friend?
Probably not.
And you testified when Mr. Garazzi asked you before, did you talk to her on the 6th? You remember that question?
Yes,
And you said you talked to her one time. That's correct?
that I can recall.
That you can recall. One moment, Connor. Would it surprise you to find out through your own phone records that you talked to her 4 times?
It wouldn't surprise me.
Okay.
It's possible.
Okay.
But you asked me when I remember talking to her, and it was the once.
So fair to say, based on your own phone records, you talked to her more than once the day after, correct?
I don't know. I remember talking to her one time.
Okay. But my question is, well, let me ask this. You let anybody else use your phone?
No,
Okay. So if there are phone records that show you talked to her more than once, you wouldn't dispute that, correct?
the phone records show that the phone call was made, that we talked to each other.
Okay.
It could have been a voicemail that was left. I don't know that.
But the question he's trying to get to, why were you contacting her so many times, sir, is what he's trying to get at.
So did she leave a voicemail for 3 minutes or 12 minutes or 10 minutes on that day?
I don't know. I don't check the voicemail.
Okay. And on April 6th, what were you doing that day?
I was at home.
All day?
For the most part, I don't remember exactly what I was doing.
Did you go play cards with a friend that day?
No, I didn't.
Okay, so do you have any guests on April 6th at your
Yes,
house? Who was the guest?
a friend,
Does your friend have a name, male, female?
female friend.
What's her name?
I'm not sure which friend it was.
That's where he lying. He know who the female friend is. He just don't want to involve her in it.
Did you provide a name to, do you know this gentleman sitting at the table here with the black tie?
What do you mean by knowing?
Do you know who he is?
Yes,
Okay, this is Detective Sergeant Hartman, correct?
yes,
Okay. Did you ever give
Trying to say everybody his friend, right? He don't even know the definition of a friend. He clearly don't.
Detective Sergeant Harmon of the Michigan State Police, did you ever give him a name of the person that you were with on the 6th?
no,
So all we have is your word on this, right?
yes,
And now make sure I understand. It was someone there, but you couldn't remember who was there, correct?
correct.
Okay. At your testimony on the 7th, you met up with my client, correct?
Correct.
7th of April, so the record is clear. How many times, Mr. Lynch, would you say you have talked to the police about this incident?
I'm not sure.
Okay, well, let's see if we can remember. You just
I'm not sure.
testified, well, I'm gonna go through and just tell me if I'm wrong, okay? You and your attorney called the police somewhere on or about April 25th, correct?
Yes,
Okay, and for the record, all of these are in 2025. You'd agree that a few days later, on or about April 29th, you went to the Michigan State Police and had a conversation with Detective Sergeant Hartman, correct?
correct.
Okay, so that would be 2 times, correct? You'd agree with me that you were called back a 3rd time.
I don't think that'd be 2 times, but the first time I didn't talk to anyone.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go with that. Your attorney did the talking for you the first time.
He didn't talk to anyone, he made a phone call to someone.
So let me make sure I understand, just so I'm clear. Your attorney made a phone call, but you were asked to come out to the house on, is it Milford?
Miller.
Millard, thank you. The house on Millard Street?
Yes,
Did you go there?
yes,
Did you talk to anyone in law enforcement while you were there? Yes or no?
yes,
Okay, so you talked to the police on that day, correct?
yes,
You talked to the police on the 29th, correct?
yes,
Okay. That will be 2 times thus far, correct?
yes,
Okay. I want to go back to the 7th. You met my client at a Meyer parking lot, correct?
yes,
Did you tell Sergeant Hartman on the 29th, when you sat down with him, that it was your idea to go to this car wash?
I'm not sure, but I told him yes, that I told him I was going to get my car washed.
Okay,
So it was my idea for the car wash.
okay. So it was your idea to go to the car wash?
Yes,
Okay. So it wasn't my client's attempt to conceal something or not do something in public, correct? She didn't say that. You said, just so I'm clear, it was your idea to go to this car wash, correct?
so to be being clear, she didn't want to give me the object in the open, she wanted to give it to me somewhere secluded.
Okay,
So if you're gonna be clear about all of it.
well, I'm very,
Whoa, he just took it up a notch. No, Sean, only if they if that particular person that they spoke with is there as well too to authenticate it, and if they introduce it and if they need to. But yeah, you are right.
clear, because you remember on the 29th, and we could play the video back. You remember on the 29th, you were asked this question, was there any conversation about the tote or a package or anything? And you said, no, it happened at the car wash. Do you remember making that statement?
I don't remember the statement, but I could have said, I'm not sure.
Okay,
His memory keep going in and out. Like it's a lot of little Woody moments. Certain moments you recall, but certain moments I don't recall. You want to remember what you want to remember, and it's like,
okay.
no, something wrong with this man for real, y'all.
And this tote, and I'll get to this part in a moment. You took the tote. How long did you have that? What did you tell Detective Sergeant Hartman on April 29th, your very first interview with the state police? How long did you tell him you had that tote initially?
It was in my car for a couple days.
What did you tell him initially?
I don't remember exactly what I said back in April.
Okay. Would you dispute the fact that you said to him, it was only in my car no more than 12 hours? You remember making that statement?
I could have at the time.
But wasn't it fair to say that,
So was it in your car for 12 hours or was it in your car for a few days, sir? Because it's a difference, a huge difference.
they showed you video that you picked up this Ford Edge 4 days later?
No, they didn't show me video of that.
Oh, I'm sorry, they told you that you got it 4 days later, right?
No.
Let's talk about this Ford Edge. You said you had to pick it up from your job, your former job, correct?
Correct.
How long had that Ford Edge been sitting at that former job?
For over a year.
Over a year,
Wow.
Over a year.
closer to 18 months?
Could be 2 years. I'm not sure, but it's been sitting there a while.
Okay. And just so I'm clear, all of a sudden, it's an urgency to go get this Ford Edge.
So I received a phone call from the HR person of the company stating that I need to move the edge. And it just so happened to coincide with what was going on. So I was able to move it.
Okay. And
That's kind of ironic, though, that a car that you have had been sitting there for about over a year, probably possibly 2 is what he said. But all of a sudden on that particular day, you need to ditch the car. You need to get rid of the car or move the car.
text message, I believe it was. Is that correct? Would
It
you
was a
agree?
phone call and a text message.
And a text message. Okay. So that came on March 28th, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And in that text message, you said, I'll get it next week. Correct?
Correct.
You'd agree
Okay, so he got the request to move the car before April 5th. Okay.
with me that between March 28th and April 11th is more than a week. Correct.
Black. So I may say a week, it may be a month, but I said a week just to give me more time with it. So when she says
Welcome in, Overthoughts. Happy Friday to
I
you.
said I'll get it next week, man. I mean, what do you want me to do? Yes, I told her a week. It took me longer than a week,
Okay.
but I knew she would give me leeway to pick it up.
So just so I'm clear, well, no, I'm not gonna ask that. Let me ask you this. So you got more time. Were you supposed to do anything when you got the Edge?
I was gonna take it to my friend's house, then when I was gonna get it fixed, I was gonna drive the Edge.
Let me rephrase the question. Did you receive any instructions from your previous job of what you're supposed to do before you picked up the Edge?
I'm not following that question.
Okay. Weren't you told to come and get the title when you come get the car? Wasn't that part of the text message?
Yeah, they have to sign the title over to me.
Did you get the title signed over?
Yes,
When?
I don't remember when, but at the time when I got it signed over, I was dropping some wheels off that had to be shipped to China. So when I was in the process of me doing my job, I hadn't signed the title since I was there.
So just so I'm clear, so you had the title signed over on or about April 11th?
I'm not sure when it was done.
Was this before or after you transferred the tote?
I'm not sure when the title was signed.
Would it surprise you if you look and do a search on lien that it's not even titled to you? Would that surprise you?
Because I haven't registered the car. I don't even have a car.
Well, let's back up. You said you thought you were going to get, sorry, make sure I get this right. You thought Ms. Pendergrass asked you to hold this for a couple of days, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Why would you get a storage unit? Let me finish. Or-
Right, because you was about to cut him off. I even saw that what the lawyer saw. Selective memory. Sean said, "Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. You remember what you want to remember. Like your memory keep going in and out, bro. It's like a black and white picture. Like what's going on?"
A tote that can easily sit in the back of your vehicle. Why would you want to get a storage unit? Did she ask you to get a storage unit?
No,
Okay, she just asked you to hold it for a couple
she
days.
said I would for a couple of days.
Okay, why did you think you needed to go get a storage unit?
Because I have a secondary job where I have to go pick up warranty wheels. And at any time I can go pick up 4 to 12 wheels. I can't have that in the back of my vehicle because I have a job to do.
Right, so,
So it was no room for that to be sitting in my vehicle.
okay, but did you call Ms. Pendergrass back after a couple of days and say, Charlotte,
Her phones were disconnected.
her phones were disconnected? Okay, let me ask you a question. When you were driving this Ford Edge,
I never drove the Ford Edge.
okay, you never drove the Ford Edge?
Only drove the Ford Edge from the Southfield job to the residence.
So you drove it.
Correct.
The day you drove this Ford Edge to the Southfield residence, shortly thereafter, did you get a phone call from Charlotte Pendergrass?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure about the phone call that happened back then.
So if your phone records indicate you were on the phone with Miss Pendergrass
Then I was on the phone with her.
for 19 minutes,
Yes,
okay,
that's what it says.
so you won't dispute that?
If that's what the phone record said, yes.
It's like you trying to be hostile, but you're trying to distance yourself at the same time, acting like you didn't play a role, sir. You gotta make it make sense. He was the setup guy. Yeah, he was the fall guy. I find his behavior baffling. What you mean you ain't looking at it? Right. And my thing I wanted to add too, when I paused it, is why did you decide not to? His reasoning was to take the tote and put it in a storage unit because he didn't have room in his garage, which I can probably believe. But I think at that point he probably began to suspect and try to distance himself like away from his house or his property or whatever. I'm gonna go put whatever is in this thing in the storage. But yeah, I don't ask what's in it. I don't even ask what to do with it. Nothing. Like, and then it did have Overthought said the smell. It had duct tape wrapped all around it when they showed it in court. So my thing is, you should question like, what's all of this duct tape around this item? You've never seen anybody. I don't know about everybody, but I've never seen someone wrap duct tape around a whole tote and somebody don't question it. Even the top of the tote had duct tape around it. So it was like pretty much a tote full of duct tape. And you don't question that. But, let's get back to it, guys.
Did you say to her at that point, Charlotte, I got this tote. I got to get this out of here. You told me a couple days. Did you say,
No,
why not?
because we didn't talk about that. We talked about everything that was going on in her life with the grandparents. It was a normal conversation.
So now you remember.
Everything that's going on in her life, like the police search at her house, that's not something that you should be talking about. That should be the first thing in the conversation.
The conversation.
I don't know, I just know that we never talked about the total anything anymore.
Okay, so you talked to her, according to the records, 2 times on that day. And you never, in your recollection, you never talked about the tote, correct?
Correct.
How do you know this lady, your friend, Shantae Williams? And just so the record's clear, this is the Millard address.
Correct.
Okay, did you call her and say, Shantae, I'm bringing this to your house?
Probably 2, yes.
Are you guessing or are you sure?
She knew I was bringing the car to her residence. I don't know when.
How did she know you were bringing?
So listen to that, guys. The vehicle where they found London Thomas's body, the person, the homeowner or the occupant, she knew he was bringing that car, which is what I kind of said earlier. So I feel like the lady that slammed the door in the news reporter's face saying no comment, she should be charged, and that uncle who helped Professor Fatso over here should be charged as well too.
Bring the car to her residence.
We talked and we spoke about it.
And when you drop this off, you didn't go back at any point until the police were called, correct?
Probably I dropped her daughter off at home, then I picked her up from daycare
At that house.
at the house.
So you had gone back to that residence where that Edge was parked, yes or no?
Yes,
Okay.
That's interesting. So why did you go back to that residence, sir, after you had dropped the vehicle off? What would be the reason to?
Did you tell the Michigan State Police, specifically Detective Sergeant Hartman, that you've been back to that address before?
I'm not sure.
So approximately 13 days later, 2 weeks, actually, let's say 12 days later, you still hadn't called Charlotte, correct?
I haven't spoke to her now.
Because before you said you had no way of getting a hold of her.
I tried to call the number that she had called me from, but no one answered.
No one answered, okay. You identified Jalen Pendergrass, correct?
Yes,
And you said you had his phone number, correct?
yes,
Did you call Jalen and say, hey, I'm trying to get a hold of your mother?
no. I never called Jalen when I was looking for his mother. So I
Why?
wouldn't do it now.
But if you haven't heard from somebody, I don't think this fool ever heard in case of emergency, sir. I don't know where the hell he was born. But if you never heard from someone, especially someone that you consider to be in love with, he don't think so, but I think so. If you're not able to contact that person, the next kin you're gonna contact, right? That will be her son.
And it's your testimony, you came out to Inkster and you sat on Wednesday, the 23rd of April. That's your testimony.
Yes,
Why would you come out to this lovely city and just sit in front of a house?
because I haven't heard from Charlotte,
Okay,
and I wanted to know what was going on.
so you're concerned about it.
I'm concerned about what's going on now, yes.
He ain't making sense. So if you can hold on, y'all. This is making my head hurt now. You would sit outside on the porch for hours and hours, not even on the porch, sit outside in your car for hours and hours to stalk somebody, or as your words, wait on somebody to come home that you haven't heard from in days. But you don't think to call her son and see where she's at first?
What do you mean, what's going on now?
Because it was on the news and everything about this young lady missing and everything, and they were the last ones to see her.
You didn't know that on April 5th when you pulled up and didn't get out of the car?
I didn't think that anything had happened to the young lady, because prior to that, Charlotte told me that the grandmother called her and said they spotted the young lady somewhere at a restaurant. So I'm assuming that the young lady was just upset and she had went off somewhere.
Okay. But you were concerned, and you were not concerned enough to pick up the phone and even call Jalen to ask him. Well, let me ask this question. On that day,
That's what I said. Like, that would be the first thing. If you cannot get in touch with your loved one, the next kin, or the in case of emergency, ICE in the phone, that's who you're going to reach out to. You don't just pop up at nobody's house and sit outside in your car for hours looking all deranged and like a stalker.
that you sat outside the house on Carlisle Street, did you Knock on the door and ask for the grandparents? You've met the grandparents before,
I
correct?
did the Thursday, not the Wednesday.
Okay.
That Thursday, I went, after 2 hours, I knocked on the door. Her grandmother came out and told me that Jalen was there. Jalen came up.
Right.
He told me that his mother will be pulling up shortly. And I sat back in my car and waited.
You sat in front of somebody's house for 2 hours,
Almost 3.
almost 3,
Yes.
waiting.
Get this man off this stand, yo. I don't want to hear no more of your testimony because you are killing yourself on this stand.
Absolutely.
And you didn't, and
He said that shit so proudly that like almost 3. Sir, you look like a fool. And now you done lost $16,000 for and can't get it back.
you testified you've met the grandparents before, correct?
Yes.
And you didn't go to the door and say, I'm just checking on Charlotte. She
Look at her. Face says it all. I am her, she is me. She even had to scratch her head. She had to scratch her head on this because I'm like, I know she's sitting here with this front row seat listening to this shit. Like, is this fool ignorant? Like, is he really saying this stuff? Is this shit really coming out? That's exactly what she's saying on her face right now. Argue with somebody else, but that is exactly her facial expression, what she's saying. Like, I can't believe this type of shit I'm here. Like, that's exactly what she's doing. Man.
You okay? Can you have her call me?
No. I just told you I sat in my car and was waiting for Charlotte. I had a
She is taking me out, man. Her face is killing me, yo. Yo, her face is telling me everything.
relationship with Charlotte, not her grandparents. So why would I involve them in anything that Charlotte and I are doing?
What are you and Charlotte doing? She
Our friendship is between her and I. It's not between her and my grandparents. So I don't interact with her grandparents. I never went to a picnic with her grandparents. I never went out to dinner with her grandparents. I was never over at her grandparents' house to have dinner. So why would I go knock on the door and say, hey, Charlotte here, can you let me?
Because you have not heard from your quote unquote loved one. Why would you not talk to her grandparents? You did. We about to hurry up and get done with this testimony, y'all. The ignorance is killing me. I'm about to go get a shot.
You know what she's gonna be at and all that? My relationship wasn't with
Did
her.
you know where Charlotte lived
She moved
back in
to,
April?
yes,
And you would agree with me, she didn't live in Inkster back in April, correct?
she was caregiving for her grandparents.
Understand that, it's not my question. My question is, you knew she didn't live there at the Carlisle address in Inkster, correct?
Correct.
And you sat outside and stalked her.
I did what?
So, sat outside, waiting on her.
This lawyer is taking me out. You have me rolling, y'all.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Did he just say absolutely?
And the next day,
Hold on, y'all. I really got to pause this because this man, this ignorant testimony, man. Oh my God. And he just got that look on his face like he doing something. Sir, you making yourself look like a damn fool. And this is the public record you want to leave? Yeah, wait till I get the black and white on this.
I want to make sure I understand. The next day being Thursday, the 24th. This day,
Then he gonna say, Shine, he gonna try to act like I did what? But then didn't agree with it. Oh yeah, yes, I did. Well, why would you say it like that then, sir? If you knew that's what you was doing, if that's what he was asking you what you were doing, why would you say it like that? Respond like that, like what? I did what? You just said you were stalking her. And yes, I did. I'm like, come on. now.
tried to get out the house, out the vehicle, correct?
So Wednesday, I only stayed about 30 minutes and I left. That Thursday, I sat there for over 2 hours waiting. So, just to help you along.
Oh,
So it's not that I did it Wednesday and Thursday, I sat there for 2 hours each, no. Wednesday, I pulled up about 30 minutes or so, and I left to go pick Shantae's daughter up from daycare. So I couldn't stay. So that Thursday, I didn't have anything to do. That's the day that I stayed there and waited for Charlotte to arrive.
On that Thursday.
And when he's speaking about Shantae is the occupant of the house where London Thomas's body was found, where they took the Jeep at. So he had more than just a platonic relationship with Shantae. If you're picking up her kid from daycare, it's more than just friends, unless she's that stupid to trust you with her child. But so I think they should have explored that a little bit more, especially with that lady with that house.
When Charla pulled up, this wasn't planned, correct?
It was planned for me. It wasn't planned for her.
All right, so your plan.
Did y'all just hear this fool? You just admitted you a stalker, bro. It wasn't planned for her, but it was planned for me. That nigga said, if I'm paying $16,000, I'm doing whatever the hell I want. That's exactly where his mind is at. 16 bands and you ain't got none. That don't make no damn sense.
And was to sit outside our house
And
until.
wait till I saw her to speak with her.
Okay. And you saw her.
Absolutely.
Did you get out of the car and talk to her?
Coochie whip is what he is. That ain't the word I wanted to use, but you know it's YouTube and they're gonna strike your channel. But that's what he is. Coochie whip all damn day.
When we went to the restaurant,
It's not my question. When you
No.
first saw her on Carlisle, after waiting there, as you said, could have been 3 hours, did you get out of the car and talk to her?
no, she pulled up, she waved at me while she was in the car to follow her, so there was no need for me to get out the car.
She waved at you to
And
follow her.
said, follow me, she did this.
One moment, Your Honor. Sorry.
So y'all think when she did that, was she trying to like lose him or just send him on a goose chase or something like that?
Thank you. So you get to a restaurant, correct?
Correct.
And when you get to this restaurant, just so I'm clear,
Ask the question, bro.
she starts writing things down.
We had a little conversation, and then yes, she started writing things down.
Okay. Where'd she get the pen and paper from?
Her purse,
And what happened to the pieces of paper?
she kept them with her.
She kept them with her. Okay. You're sure of that?
I'm sure that she had the pen and the paper with her. I'm sure that she wrote the stuff down, and I'm sure she folded it, crumbled it in her hand, and she had it with her.
And it's your testimony, you go to this park.
We didn't go to a park.
Where did you go again?
We went to a parking lot.
Parking lot. Why didn't you talk in the parking lot outside of the restaurant?
Yeah, he was
She
Amma.
didn't want to.
And it's your testimony, this is when you get to this parking lot, she tells you to get rid of this tote.
Yes,
First time she said that to you.
yes,
Okay. And you remember talking again, I don't mean to continue to point at him, but he's kind of the officer in charge here, Detective Sergeant Hartman. You never told him when you first met him, when you first talked to him on the 29th, you never said anything about Ms. Pendergrass burning a tote, did you? Telling you to burn a tote.
maybe I can think of it, I'm not sure.
Okay.
But he has it in the statement written down or whatever.
Okay. Did you ever tell him?
She told me to burn it, is what I told him.
Did you ever? But you never told him about getting lye.
I told him that she said for me to get some lime, bury it and put lime on it.
But you never said on the 29th, bury it and lie, correct?
I'm not sure.
Well, you'd agree with me.
I mean, I'm not sure. You have the testimony, you have it. So you know what I said. I was there with my attorney.
You don't know what you said?
I'm not sure what I said.
Cracking under the pressure. And she is just laughing. She is getting her life in his back. I need her job.
You want me to be specific about everything I said that day? I'm not sure. I could have said it, I could not. I don't know.
You would agree with me the truth doesn't change, correct?
And now it has.
Okay. So when you told the officers that you had the tote for 12 hours and they told you that wasn't correct, and later on at another interview, somewhere around June 4th, you had a different story, correct?
I'm not sure.
In preparation for your testimony here today, did you review your investigative subpoena that you had with Mr. DeGrazia?
Yes,
Okay. And you stated in there, if I'm not mistaken, I had it in my car I even drove by the police department. I had that tote in my car for 3 days.
for however long she gave it to me until we transferred it over to the Edge.
Okay, so it wasn't the 12 hours as you first told law enforcement, correct?
At the time of this, I don't know when I said I was nervous, and I probably spoke out of turn and said 12 hours.
Well, you were.
I've never been involved in anything like this.
So let me ask a question. You stated your heart dropped, etc., on this, the day that
When she told me
when
to
she
burn
told,
it and all
allegedly
that,
told you to
yes.
burn it. Okay. And how were you feeling at that point?
Like I wanted to put my hands on her in a violent way.
Have you ever done that?
No, not really, no. I think we may have had a shoulder match before, but never like where I physically jumped on her or anything like that.
So what do you do when you walk away from her?
Just walked together my car and left.
Where do you go?
I went to a friend's house, home,
To do what?
play cards.
Make sure I understand, just so I'm clear here. Someone had just told you something that you thought was so egregious, so despicable, and you said your heart dropped, and you were telling me how you felt, and you went to someone's house to play cards?
And lost a lot of money that night too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This ignorant nigga, I can't, yo. It cannot be folks like you in Detroit. It just can't. Out of all of this, after he did all of this and learned all of this, and Charlotte told him all of this, he went to his friend's house to go gamble. Slow ain't even a word. You just remedial.
You didn't call the police
Retarded,
that
all of
night,
them.
did you?
No, I didn't know what to do. My mind was wandering and racing.
Next day, what day did you go out to the Millard Street address?
It was on a Saturday.
Remember what time?
I don't know, it was in the evening.
I'm sorry?
It was a Saturday evening that we went with the FBI.
Saturday evening. One moment, Sharon. Other than your attorney on that Saturday, who else did you talk to about what was going on Millard Street?
My son was with me
It's with you where?
on in the Southfield in Mill Street.
Did you talk to, were you in Canada that day?
Later on the 6th, probably after, I went to my son's house over there, when we got done with the FBI and everything, yes.
So why rush to Canada? Were you trying to escape the US, sir? Is that what you thought you was gonna do? Trying to let the heat die down?
So you finished with the FBI, just so I'm clear, in the morning.
It wasn't in the morning,
It wasn't in the morning.
no.
Do you have a good memory, sir?
Hell no.
I don't know, I have sleep apnea and I don't use my PPAP, so it comes and goes.
Isn't it true that, one moment, Your Honor.
I'm so through with this witness, y'all. I don't know. You belong in the Jarvis Butts case. That's where the hell you belong, sir. You and Derek Wolf might be relatives. I don't know. Distant cousins or something. But shit. I don't know who worse.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is there a reason, if you were so concerned about this tote, you didn't take it back to Charlotte and Inkster when you were sitting outside of her house?
Oh shit.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
Okay, you stated you were concerned about this tote, et cetera, et cetera. And my question is, she was only supposed to have it for a couple of days. You were only supposed to have it for a couple of days. And following that, you know, you got this edge, you parked it, you're concerned. Is there a reason you didn't grab that tote? Because you said you could pick it up by yourself, right?
Correct.
Okay. Is there a reason you didn't pick that tote up, put it in the back of your vehicle? Were you still in the black Navigator at that time?
Yes,
Is there a reason you didn't put it in the back of that black Navigator where it was for days and take it back out to Ms. Pendergrass? Is there a reason you didn't do that?
just waiting on her to come pick it up. Like I told you before, I had no reason to believe that anything was in that tote that was what was in there. I didn't believe that they would do anything like that. So I was never under the assumption that I was holding on to something that heinous in my possession.
Did you ever say, I'm going to bring you this tote back? You know, I don't
We
even,
never spoke again, I just told you that. We didn't have any more communication until I met up with her that Thursday.
and you didn't say to her, when are you coming to get this tote?
That's what I want to know.
No further-
So, yeah, no further questions, because you, sir, you ain't made not one bit of sense this whole time.
questions.
Mr. Clement?
No, thank you.
No.
No, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Martinez.
Wow. Yeah, so he was pretty much trying to figure out. The lawyer was trying to get him caught, get him jammed up in his testimony, try to make it seem like he's the culprit. That's something I would have asked. I'm curious to know about too. Like, why would you not call her to come? Like, as far as her coming to get it, why distance yourself in your car? Like, he had a Lincoln Navigator, so why would you? I guess try to use a dummy car and not use your vehicle is what the lawyer was trying to let or get to the bottom of. But that was the end of his testimony. The other lawyer did not cross him, Jalen's lawyer. I think after hearing that whole testimony, it wasn't even no need to be honest with you. But yeah. Mr. Lynch, I feel like others are involved as well too, possibly. The lady, his lady friend that where the body was found in front of the home, and his uncle who participated with helping him move the body. So that's what we need to really find out. He's so lucky he has immunity. Yeah, he's very lucky he has immunity. I'm not looking forward to hearing his testimony at the trial though either, especially if he testifying like this. But yeah, that's all for tonight, folks. I appreciate y'all kicking it with me. Don't forget to smash that like button. Tomorrow I'll be back at the same time, 7 o'clock. We're going to go over the sister's testimony. And yeah, that's all I got. Subscribe to the channel if you're not. Share, comment, all that good stuff. And I will catch y'all tomorrow. Peace.